What it do, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm actually extremely excited to be filming this video. This has been in the works in the background for about a month, and I'm ready, and I have at least I think a good amount of knowledge to give you guys about this program, this certificate, all of that jazz. So if you're interested in hearing more about the online makeup school that I have been using for the past month and hearing my review of the school and the positives, the negatives, even the different things that you get when ordering and kind of joining this program, then let's get to it. Quick discussion on like how this video is going to be kind of laid out. So the bulk of it is just going to be me sitting here talking to you guys about what I have learned, what is a part of the program, what you get, all of that stuff. I will hopefully have some more accurate information flowing on the screen because some of the things I just don't know off of my head. Then at the very tail end, I'm going to show you guys this tutorial for this look, and in doing this look I was really focused on like remembering the tips and tricks that I was taught during the lessons that I watched during this past month. So I didn't talk while I was doing the actual eye look and like the whole base and everything, but I will do a voiceover. So check out down below in the bookmarks. I will be bookmarking everything that I think is relevant. So yeah. Let's get into what this is. So about a month and some change ago, I was reached out to by, I believe, like a talent scout or something to that effect with this organization. And the organization, let me just get it right because you know your girl be making words up all the time, is called the Online Makeup Academy. And basically it is exactly what you think it is. It is basically just a makeup school online. This was a kind of invention, a love project that was created purely because of COVID. During the pandemic, like every other business, every other organization, you really had to learn to adapt because I mean you can't have everybody coming in person. Maybe some people still don't feel comfortable to go out, but they still want to learn the skills. They still want to be a professional makeup artist. And then some people may just want to brush up on their knowledge on how to actually become a makeup artist and how to do their artistry now that we are still living in a pandemic. So they created this platform, this website, in which you have access to a plethora of things. So I believe the membership, or to kind of get their certificate, it's around $700, I believe. And within that bundle you get Wednesday live classes, and they're more so sessions where you get more information about timely things. So some of the sessions have been all about, you know, what are the latest trends on hair and makeup for weddings, or even how to kind of market your business as a makeup artist, stuff like that. So stuff that you may not otherwise get in maybe a makeup artistry school. Quick disclaimer, I've never been to makeup artistry school. I am not an MUA. I am just a lover of makeup, and I just put it on my face, and I've been doing that for 5+ years now. So that's that. Back into the school. So you get those happen Wednesdays on 7 p.m. and if you for whatever forget, like me, because you have a busy life, they do send you emails. They send you about 2 emails every Wednesday to alert you, I think about an hour before the session happens, and then literally when the session is live. And I think that's actually very, very helpful. Like I said, I am a very, very busy person. I always have a lot of things going on. I'm always trying to kind of do a lot of things at once. I love multitasking, but it also can be a bit overwhelming sometimes. And so having a program like this that is purely self-paced can be super, super helpful. So like I said, they have the online classes on Wednesdays. They also have all of the videos already uploaded, and like I said, it is self-paced. Now there are a lot of modules. I'm going to scoot over. I'm going to try and be technology sounded and give you like a brief like flip through of the dashboard, but there are a lot, and I do mean a lot of videos, and I kind of underestimated how many videos in the best possible way. So a lot of these videos are a substantial length of time. These makeup artists that are actually showing showing you this information, teaching you, really take the time to teach you from the rooty to the tootie. So if you've never put makeup on, if you find that you aren't doing well, you're not progressing, or you really are still a beginner, I definitely think that this is a really good program for you, because they go down to like, what is this brush? What does this brush mean? What should you have in your kit? What should you always lay out in your platform? All of those things. And that information that they have told throughout all of those videos that I've watched has actually been really informative to me. There's certain things that I just never thought to have when in my little makeup area. Now for me, I don't know if I'm gonna ever feel confident enough or whatever to put makeup on other people. I've only done it twice and I was scared to no end. Okay, your girl was not having it, but I did it because they were friends and they really wanted me to do their makeup. Regardless though, two things really quickly that I personally have picked up since watching kind of the what do you need in your kit, stuff like that. I picked up a micellar water. So this is something that they talk about using a lot, basically more or less as an eraser. So you can erase with this micellar water, and of course Q-tips. I already had Q-tips, so I didn't have to pick those up. And then what you would just do is like reapply your foundation, your concealer, whatever, and then repowder or whatever have you. I will be talking about that, or I will be showcasing that in my tutorial, because I messed up a little bit when I did like my lip liner and then like my lower lash line or something to that effect. So this was one product that I picked up. I also finally pulled the trigger on a mixing palette. Now this is something that I have personally wanted just for my own use, but in seeing how sanitary, how conscious an actual makeup artist has to be when doing makeup on other people, to the point where like even if you're using a foundation or concealer that has a doe foot or whatever, you really have to put it on the palette, and then from the palette you use specific brushes on the individual, especially if you're doing like a lot of people at one time. These are just a lot of cool and very important tips and tricks that they have given us, and I really appreciate all of these videos. Like I said, there are a lot of videos that I have watched. I think I'm still in like module 2, I want to say, and this is, like I said, with a month's worth of time. Another thing that I really appreciate about this self-paced program is it's not only kind of the lives and then the videos. They don't leave you there. There are also kind of this section called homework. I haven't been able to get to that section yet, but basically in the homework section, they basically want to see you do a technique. They're going to give you, I believe, like a prompt. Like I said, I haven't gotten to it yet, but they're going to give you some form of prompt or do this, do that. And you literally submit a video to the organization and somebody literally reviews your video and says, yes, you've got it, go ahead and move on. Or I think you should really pay attention to this, maybe practice a little bit more about this. And I truly appreciate that, like beyond words. For me, I enjoy self-paced programs that are online because you get to do them outside of your busy life, whether you're working, going to school, family life, whatever it is. So I truly do appreciate that, but also I appreciate the communication between somebody who is real, some actual person, both in the lives and in the homework, so I can actually see, like, am I actually understanding this? I can watch the videos, I can apply the work, and then they can say, yes, you're getting it, no, you're not getting it. Very similar to how like a teacher at an actual in-person makeup artistry program would test you and they would say, okay, you can move forward, or you got some more work. So I really like how they brought a lot of the elements of a physical makeup artistry school to a virtual platform. I truly appreciate it. Now, some things that I did forget to say, because you know, you're talking so much and you just kind of forget. Within that 700 blah fee, you also are automatically given a makeup kit with a whole bunch of stuff. Now granted, in this kit they're not going to have every last thing that every last person has, but they're going to give you a solid base amount of products that is useful and every makeup artist needs. Now I don't know, because this was not a part of kind of my opportunity, I don't know if they give you a plethora of like foundations and stuff. I do know that there's certain things like complexion and makeup wise that is actually in the kit. I just truly don't know the ins and outs because I personally did not receive it. That said, I do just want to plug in really quickly, if you are interested in this program and the 700 is too expensive or whatever the price is, I will have it flashing on if I'm completely off. I do have an $100 off code. It is not affiliated, and I will have it down below, as well as I will have the website linked down below for you to just watch. And so yeah, I think that's really it really to me does seem like a really nicely holistic program. And to that effect, once you finish this program, you can actually get a physical certificate. One thing I did forget to mention, and I just remembered. Okay, so on this website, there are actually quite a few different kind of programs and ways that you can do it. So let's get into that. So you have the Makeup Master Program, which is level 1, basically made for beginners. And this is $899, or you can pay $258 for 4 months. Then you have the Makeup Advanced course, and this is for level 2, and this is for advanced people who, you know, you're really good and maybe you just want to brush up, or maybe you just want to learn a more advanced skill. And so this is $849 or $244 times 4 months. Then you can also get the Makeup Professional kit, which is $712, and if you want to do both the level 1 and the level 2 as well as the makeup kit, that is $1,599 or $488 for 4 months. They also have a completely separate course, which is for special effects makeup, and this one is $1,199 or $344 for 4 months. And then the last program that this website offers is for Pro Hairstyling course, and this one is $949 or $272 for 4 months. And so this really gives you a holistic opportunity to really just get your whole kit together. I find that a lot of people who are, let's say, a makeup artist, they also do hair to some extent. And so if you maybe already are a makeup artist, or maybe already have past the beginners phase and you really want to be in the advanced phase, or you just want to add the hairstyle, you can do that there. Maybe you want to brush up on your FX opportunity. This is a really cool way to do it on the side without having to really worry about it. You don't have to relocate, you don't have to dedicate all this time, and it's just really nice. And I did want to mention that you get access to this program for a lifetime, so you don't have to worry about no longer having access to the actual videos, to the lives, whatever it is, after you've kind of completed the program. So if you do want to kind of go back and refresh yourself, you can. So honestly, to me, this is just a really good course. It is a little bit more elevated in the fact that you can go back in the future. Let's say you have, for the first time, you have somebody asking you for a smoky eye and you forget how to implement a smoky eye, or you just want to brush up on that skill. You can go back and you can really get the full detailed review, full detailed tutorial, step by step in here. And although I love YouTube, clearly I'm a YouTuber, I also just know that a lot of YouTubers are just makeup enthusiasts. So we don't really have the skill, the knowledge base to really give you sometimes the best step-by-step instructions. So even watching a YouTube video, you may see skips and you'll be like, well, what am I supposed to do in between? These videos, I don't actually think any of the videos have ever skipped. I'm pretty sure, I've never noticed at least, where they literally film all the way through. So if the makeup artist that is doing the makeup misses something up, they will show it and they will fix it, etc., etc., etc. So it's even better than YouTube in that instance as well. So yeah, in typical me fashion, I completely spaced on a whole topic, which is the negatives of this academy. And for me, there aren't truly a lot. One thing I do want to highlight is the fact that for me, the colors and the eyeshadows that are presented in the makeup kit really aren't a huge variety, right? So you get that kind of quote unquote Jaclyn Hill dupe, and then you get some other ones. I think there's even a Tarte palette as well. they're cute, but there's not a lot of variety in textures. And I really wish that there was a little bit more variety in textures, not only to provide that opportunity for people who are really trying to do more editorial looks, but also those who really are doing looks for people in person. A lot of people like those textured glitter eyeshadows. And so that would be something that I would really appreciate. I also just do appreciate the fact that they give you the opportunity to buy, you know, the program without the makeup kit. Some people, like if you're in my position, you already have enough makeup. You really don't need that. You just need the knowledge. And yeah, I think honestly that was the biggest critique for me, is just the fact that the makeup sometimes just didn't seem quote unquote flashy for me. And yeah, I think that's it. That's kind of my review on this platform, this website. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but I did get access to this website and this platform for free in exchange for this video. So I do want to just go ahead and mention that. And I do want to thank the team over at Online Makeup Academy for giving me this opportunity. It truly has been phenomenally nice, and I really can't wait. Maybe, you know, by 2023 I will finally get through all your videos and I will finally have that certificate behind my name. But that's all I got to talk about. Hopefully, let's get into the tutorial. Alrighty, so first thing I want to just highlight is that my videos are all going to be 3 times the speed. But as you saw, I did clean my hands for a second time with just some hand sanitizer, and because I am doing my own face, I will be kind of doing slightly different techniques than what they show in the Academy, but I'm trying to still incorporate some of their techniques as well. So I did use my fingers to just apply my primer, and I did use just a normal kind of beauty blender sponge to apply my foundation and my concealer. Otherwise, I definitely think it would be interesting to try using the wedges. Just in the past, I've not had the best experience, but then again, I did not have the technique or the experience in years of putting on makeup that I do now, so that is something. Either way though, I did show you guys that of course first you're supposed to put your makeup products onto your palette, and then from there you're supposed to apply it to the individual's face. Never go straight from the product to the individual. Then of course I'm putting on my cream bronzer and everything. For these types of steps, I think the biggest thing that I learned from myself and my application on my face is just taking your time and really putting the products on in a way that works best for my face. And that was just really helpful to see that information presented in the videos. So I did also of course put on my powder, and you will see that the powder is a very is a step that is used a lot, whether you are making a mistake and you're kind of fixing the mistake or whatever have you. So definitely did that. And of course for the first time, and I want to say years, I actually applied foundation all over my neck. I would have gone all the way to my décolleté, but as you could see I was wearing necklaces and that just wasn't fun. I also really tried to not put on as much bronzer as I typically do, just to kind of stick with the tutorials that I saw on the website. You will see I actually put some bronzer under my chin, and that was just because that is an actual technique that they teach you. I also tried to kind of really highlight the technique that they showed you when it comes to brows, and really just focusing a lot of the product on the back half of my brows and really using very little in the front. And I actually like how my brows came out today. I typically don't do this technique, so I definitely think I'm going to try it a couple more times and see if this is really something that I like. And yeah, maybe try different colors, different shades, all of that jazz. For lip liner, you really need to take your time, so get really close to the mirror. That's what happened at the beginning, which is why we skipped right into me having pretty much filled in lips. I also then put on my lipstick, which is normal for me, but of course if you're doing a client, you definitely want to put the product onto your palette and then go in with a lip brush. As you saw, I had made a little mistake at the Cupid's bow, so I just took some of my foundation and cleaned it up. if I was doing the technique that they taught, I would have actually already had a foundation brush with the product on there, but I am me and I completely forgot about that. So I'm then going ahead and priming my eyes with a shadow stick today. The video was really just showing you that you could prime your eyes with anything from concealer to an actual eyeshadow primer. I just wanted to try this shadow stick, and I also thought it would really work with the eye look, so that's why I used it today. Something new for me though was to actually set my primer with translucent powder. I haven't done that in years, and I must say I don't think that it really deterred the usage and the overall progress of my look. So yeah, it was kind of cool there. The technique that I'm using to kind of build my eyeshadow look was definitely something that I felt inspired based on a couple of the different tutorials that I saw on the website, and I kind of hodgepodged them together, and I think I made them work for me and kind of my aesthetic, my vibes. I didn't necessarily do a smoky eye, I didn't necessarily do as dark of an eye as they did, but I felt like this kind of overall really worked, and yeah, I liked it. The biggest takeaway I would say in the techniques that I saw is that really with each shade, you know, making a smaller shape of whatever the original shape was, which that sounds super elementary, super basic, but that's not something that I was necessarily doing. And so just doing that in the last couple of looks that I've done since watching those videos, I feel like my eye technique has just been getting better and better. So as you can see, I have a little bit of a mistake. So I'm going to be using my micellar water and a Q-tip, and I will just be kind of erasing or cleaning up that mistake. And then I will just be going right back in with that foundation brush and then setting it again with my powder. Once again, this was something that we saw quite a bit, and I really enjoyed seeing the artist make the mistake, whether purposely or not, and then showing us how to fix it. They also really emphasize the fact that you should kind of set your under eyes with powder to really catch any fallout when you're using a black. I've not done that ever, but I figured since I'm doing this video based on their videos, why not? I don't think that this technique hindered my progress and my overall look, although I will say that I think my under eyes looked a little bit dry towards the end, even after I kind of wiped the powder away. So maybe I need to do a little bit better on my technique, and maybe just not use a sponge like this and literally use a wedge where it's not pushing the powder into my under eyes, but just kind of setting it on top. I then just applied my highlighter. I didn't find that there was any kind of corrections that I personally needed to make for that, but I did really just once again slow down in my own way and really focus on where I was placing each of my cheek products. And you will really see that when it comes to my blush. I find that my blush application is haphazard, to say the least, typically, but I really tried to focus on putting it on my cheekbones and keeping it back, so it really wasn't pushing my face down, and it was really actually making my face look brighter and kind of more exposed. So in the tutorials, they were really talking about how less is more when it comes to setting spray, but of course I have a terrible setting spray at the current moment, so I have to use a lot. But I just thought that was interesting how they pretty much only use like 3 sprays to set the model's face, and that was new for me. So yeah, that's it. See you guys in a second. Alrighty guys, so I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. That's all I got. I don't have anything else to talk about today. I hope I was able to answer any questions that you may have when it comes to this website or this academy, this certificate. Like I said, I have only been gained access for the makeup one, and I'm pretty sure I got access to the beginner level of makeup. So I can't really answer your questions otherwise, but if you do have questions, go ahead and leave them down below. I'm sure somebody from the website will answer if I'm not able to answer those questions. So that's all I got for you guys today, and I will see you guys in my next one. So yeah, bye guys.